Yes. So in the previous session, we have seen now the basic derivation of radix to DIF algorithm. So now in this class, let us draw the signal flow graph. So in order to compute what the 8-point DFTs using DIF algorithm. Okay. So just recall the DIT algorithm signal flow graph. Okay. So there also we considered two complex numbers A and B. Okay, and there each computation, if you just recall each computation, okay, so either there was addition or subtraction, and the second term, that is B term, was used to get multiplied with the corresponding Tudel factors. But here when you observe the DIF algorithms, okay, so here also we have the two terms, let us call them as A and B. Okay, so the A plus B. Okay, so whenever you add the two samples of x of n, okay, so let us them called as A and B. Okay, so you are going to get a new complex number. Let us call this as a E. And also you see that there is a difference also, that is A minus B between the samples. But from the derivations of DIF algorithm, we have seen that, okay, so after taking the difference, that difference will be multiplied by the Tudel factor, w raised to n with the suffix n, and the suffix n is going to change as per the stage. As per the stage, it may be n by 2 or n by 4. Okay, so therefore with this information now we have a basic butterfly diagram for the DIF algorithm. Okay, the basic butterfly diagram, you first write the signals A and B. Okay, then what we have to show is A plus B as one complex number. So therefore obviously the branches they carry the weights as 1. Okay, so to get A plus B, so there is no sign change, simply connect A with the B, and here we have A equal to capital A equal to A plus B, sum of two samples. Then when you are taking the difference, okay, so therefore the branch B, first of all it has to be multiplied by minus, okay, and later on the difference should be multiplied by the W. Okay, so therefore so here the branch emerging out of B, okay, so it will carry the weight as -1. So B into -1 minus B is there. This minus B will be added with the A. Okay, so therefore you are going to get now here A minus B at this node, A minus B. Further, this A minus B difference will be multiplied by W raised to n. So therefore now the branch is again extended. Okay, but in a DIT algorithm, first we have the branches with the weights 1 1. Later on addition or subtraction will be done. Okay, but now in the DIF algorithm, so first you are completing the addition and subtraction, and for the addition, okay, so it is just multiplied by +1 only, so therefore this branch will carry the weight as +1. But whereas for the difference, as it is A minus B multiplied by W raised to n, the branch extended from this particular node will be multiplied by W raised to n. So now this is a basic format. Okay, so the same basic format will be repeated for every stage. Okay, so now let us exactly see for 8-point DFT calculation, okay, using a radix to DIF algorithm. Now how to draw the complete signal flow graph. So as we have done with the DIT algorithm, here also we have to proceed with the stage only. So therefore here, as it is 8-point DFT, so we know that n is equal to 8, therefore 2 raised to 3, there will be again 3 stages of computations. Okay, so in the first stage what should be done? Now you just recall the derivation done in the previous class. Okay, so in the first part, so we have started decimating x of k. Okay, so x of k was decimated into uh, two parts, that is, so what I have is initially x of k. Okay, so this x of k was decimated into g1 of k and then g2 of k, g2 of k. Okay, so what is this g1? It is all even sample, g2 is the odd. So G1 was further decimated into two parts, and that we call it as D11 of K and D12 of K. Similarly, G2 is also decimated into two parts, and we call it as D21 of K and D22 of K. Okay. So X of K is a 8 point, G1 of K is 4 point, G2 is 4 point, and all these are 2 points. So all D, capital D's are 2-point DFTs. Okay. So therefore, so when X of K is being decimated, okay, so into G1 and G2, so we have their equivalent representations. Okay. So G1 is written in terms of small G1 of N, and similarly, okay, so for G2 of K, this is G1 of K. Okay. So this is written in terms of its own sequence. Okay. Its own sequence G2 of N. Okay. So therefore now we will have to link, okay, the x of n's which belong to x of k with g1 of n's and g2 of n's. Okay. So that is what is done in the first step, because see now, so x of k is decimated into capital G1 of k and G2 of k. Okay. So what is this x of k? It is a DFT of x of n samples. Okay. So now here for G1 of k, G1 of k is nothing but it is a DFT of all G1 of n samples. Similarly, G2 of k is a DFT of G2 of n samples. Okay. So therefore, when G1 and G2 are linked with x of k, so obviously G1 of n and G2 of n, they are also linked with x of n. Okay. So therefore now in this stage that we are drawing in the signal flow graph through the set of equations. Okay. So therefore first we will see what is done in the first stage. So now in the first stage, so we will have to obtain first G1 of n and G2 of n. So what is G1 of n? It is x of n plus x of n plus n by 2. Its length is 4. Okay. Similarly, okay, we can write a G2 later, but here we will first specify what are the indices. Okay, n equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 only. That is only for the 4 samples. Okay, so therefore, first of all, let us complete writing all the G1 equations. Okay. So now when n equal to 0, when n equal to 0, you can write G1 of 0. It is nothing but x of 0 plus x of 4. So now in this equation, in G1 of n equation, should go on substituting. So similarly for n equal to 1, you are deriving G1 of n, and here you can see that it is addition, x of n, x of 1 plus x of 5. Similarly, for n equal to 2, you are going to get G1 of 2, and it is nothing but x of 2 plus x of 6. Now in this equation, make a substitution that n by 2 is nothing but 4. So 0 plus 4, 1 plus 4, 2 plus 4, 3 plus 4. So therefore, for n equal to 3, so we are going to get the last sample, that is G1 of 3, and that is equal to x of 3 plus x of sum, and this is the G1 of n part. Now going to this G2 of n part, same equation, but what is this G2? G2 is related with the even odd numbered samples of x of k, so where we consider the difference. So it is x of n minus x of n plus n by 2. Okay, the reason for getting this minus is we have replaced k by 2k plus 1. Okay, and whenever this total factor is getting 2k plus 1, and when you simplify this, that is going to give minus 1 raised to k. Okay, so as k is always odd, it will become negative. Okay, so therefore for G2 of n, our equation, basic equation is x of n minus x of n plus n by 2. So here you can substitute 4 in the next stage, and this one w raised to n will be there always. Now in the first stage, n value will be obvious, the equation itself shows it is capital N, therefore simply write n 8, as it is a 8-point DFT calculation. Now once this is ready, okay, so then we will generate G2 of n for n equal to 0, 1, 2 and 3. So similarly you are going to get again 4 equations, but now those equations are going to be multiplied by the corresponding total. So here we have, what is this? G2 of 0, it is x of 0 minus x of 4 Okay, so the particular product will be multiplied by w raised to 0 with a suffix 8. Similarly, G2 of 1, 2 and 3. So here it is 0, 4, 1, 5, 2, 6, 3 and 7. Difference between these samples, and they are all multiplied by the corresponding total factors. And one thing you should observe, that the suffix is 8 here in the first stage. Because gradually x of k is being decimated. From 8 samples it is going to 2 samples. Okay. Therefore, so now we will put all these equations in the graph. So therefore now we are generating what finally, g1 of n and g2 of n with the help of all x of n samples. So therefore now in the first stage, the signal flow graph, okay, all our LHS, they will contain the samples. And here in the DIF algorithm, you can observe that the input samples are in sequence: x of 0, x of 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, x of 5, 6 and 7. So whereas in DIT algorithm, they were written in bit reversed order, but in DIF algorithm, so they are written in the regular order only, in the ascending order, x of 0 to x of 7. Now by using the combination of these samples, so at the outside we are generating the all G1 sequences as well as G2 sequences. Okay, so therefore now to draw the signal flow graph, so again you will have to show the signs also on the same signal flow graph, because when you are writing for a g1 of any equations, it is simply addition. But whereas when you are writing for g2 sequences, it is subtraction is involved. Okay, so therefore on the horizontal branches, okay, so you will have to draw the minus ones. Okay, so therefore it will be like this. So you have x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, 3, x of 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so for the first stage, okay, so first stage is going to give us 4 plus 4. Okay, that is 4 G1 sequences and remaining 4 G2 sequences. Okay. Now here the procedure is, so you take a small partition to show them, and here this second half should be reserved to write the total factors. Okay, now as we are getting the first 4 as additions, so the branches are marked with plus 1 because it is a plus b. Okay, the remaining four are subtractions, so therefore we have -1, -1, -1, -1. So 4 plus 1s, 4 minus 1s. These are minus b part, it is minus b part. Okay, now whenever you take the difference, okay, so they will be further multiplied by total factor, and therefore, so already I have marked here, write 1, 1, 1, 1, and for the remaining 4 you will have to write w raised to 0, 8, w raised to 1, 8, w raised to 2, 8, w raised to 3, 8. Okay, so first 4 G1 sequence, next 4 for the G2 sequence. So now what is G1 of 0? So G1 of 0 will be, it is addition between x of 0 and x of 4. Okay, x of 0 and x of 4. So directly it is joined with the branch 1, gain as 1. Okay, so similarly and here I am writing it is G1 of 0. Okay. The next one. Okay, so next we are going to generate, what is that, G1 of 1. G1 of 1. So it is the addition between x of 1 and 5. So here I'll join and writing 1 on the branch. Similarly, G1 of 2 g1 of 2, it is the addition between x of 2 and x of 6, and similarly the last one, that is g1 of 3. Okay, so that is drawn according to these equations. G1 of 0 is x of 0 plus x of 4, then x of 1 plus x of 5. Okay, so these equations are put in the graphical format. Okay, now first 4 are over. So next we are generating g2 of 0, g2 of 1, g2 of 2 and g2 of 3. Okay, so they are all the differences. The first one, that is g2 of 0, it's a difference between x of 0 and x of 4. Okay, so 0 and 4, see here, x of 0 minus x of 4. Okay, so therefore x of 4 signal will be multiplied by minus 1, already marked on the signal flow graph. It will become minus x of 4. So simply this node has to be connected with the x of 0, that's all. Okay, so this shows x of 0, x of 4 into minus 1 minus x of 4, and that is further multiplied by, see now at this node the different signal is obtained. Okay, now that difference signal, what is the different signal? X of 0 minus x of 4 difference. Okay, and that will pass through this branch, and this branch carries w raised to 0, 8. Okay, so finally g2 of 0 is as per our equation. So similarly join the others, that's all, because every other information is there on the signal flow graph, the signs as well as total factors, everything is already marked, so only they need to be properly connected. Okay, so therefore this is the signal flow for the first stage. Now in the second stage, the g1 of k and g2 of k are individually considered. Okay, and g1 of k is further decimated into two sequences. Similarly, see here, here it is there. Okay, so g1 of k is again decimated into two parts. What are those? d11 and d12. Okay, similarly g2 is also decimated into two, d21 and d22. So therefore obviously we have equivalent representations for g1 of n and g2 of n. Okay, so therefore in the second stage we take all g1 sequences as inputs, and we are deriving its signal flow graph. So now in the second stage, okay, the inputs are all the g1 and g2 sequences. Now using this, so we are generating what, the new 2-point sequences. What are those? d11 of n, d12 of n, d21 of n and d22 of n. Okay, the four new sequences d11, d12, d21, d22. Okay, so they are actually giving the equivalent representations for g1 of k and g2 of k. Okay, so here I can show in the graphical format that, see here. Okay, so from x of k, what we have is g1 of k and g2 of k. Okay, so x of k is because of x of n. Similarly g1 of k, it is because of g1 of n. Okay, so here, so x of k is because of x of n, and g1 of k, it is g1 of n, g2 of k, it's a dft of g2 of n. Okay, So next what we are doing, this G1 of k is split into two parts, that is D11 of k and D12 of k. So therefore, what is this D11 of k? It is what it is. It is a 2-point DFT of D11 of n and D12 of n. D12 of n. Similarly, D2 of k. Okay. So this is okay. D21 of k and D22 of k. Okay. So again what we have is for this D21 of n and D22 of n. So therefore these are the 2-point sequences we have. So therefore we need to relate all these D11s and D21s with G1 as well as G2. G1, G2 are related with the x of n. Okay, so therefore now when you are writing for the G1, okay, now we are going to generate the new set of sequences, that is all D sequences. Therefore now the corresponding equations that need to be considered are the generation of D11 of n, okay, as well as the remaining sequences. Okay, so like this. So first of all, okay, so as we have done in the previous stage, so let us write the new sequence equation, that is D11 of n, which is nothing but the sum, okay, sum between G1 samples. Okay, so even the previous stage also we had written for x of n as a sum of we have written G1 and G2 as a sum of x of n samples. Similarly here in this stage, so we will represent all D sequences as a sum or subtractions between the G1 and G2 samples. So therefore first you take D11 of n, D11 of n. Okay, so from its equivalent representation, it is the sum. Okay, it is a sum between G1 of n plus G1 of n plus n by 4. So now it is n by 4th stage. Okay, so therefore n by 4, put here 2 because n is equal to 8. So the standard equation is G1 of n plus G1 of n plus 2. So now as these are all 2-point sequences, we have n equal to 0, 1, that's all. So therefore we will generate for n equal to 0 D11 of 0, for n equal to 1 it is D11 of 1, that's all. Okay, so then so when you put zeros and ones, so these are the corresponding signals. So D11 of 0 is a addition between G1 of 0 and G1 of 2. So you, one thing you should observe here is, so but when you are writing for D1 suffix with 1, okay, so we are considering only the G1 part, okay. So this is the what corresponding to the D1 part. Similarly we have D12 of n. Okay, subtraction part is also there. So when it is a subtraction, okay, so what is that we are generating is D12, and these equations are taken directly from the previous derivation. So D12 equal to, it is G1 of n minus, okay, so G1 of n plus n by 4. So further this difference will be multiplied by w raised to n suffix n by 2. Now in the previous stage it was n, now it is n by 2. Okay, so now still we are in G1 only. See now, see still, okay, the difference is between G1 samples only. That's why it is D12. Okay, D11 and D12, they are the sequences related to only G1 sequence. So therefore now write a simplified equation. So put n by 4 as 2. Okay, so now we'll start writing the difference equations. Similarly here also we can have only two equations, either for n equal to 0 or for n equal to 1. So when n is equal to 0, n equal to 0, it is D12 of 0. So it is the difference between the same samples G1 of 0 and G1 of 2. Okay, but now the difference will be multiplied by W raised to 0, because what we have, W raised to n is there. So you just put the n value 0. Similarly, for n is equal to 1, it is D12 of 1, that's equal to G1 of 1 minus G1 of 3. Okay, so again the difference multiplied by W raised to 1. Okay. So this is what, these are the equations corresponding to G1 part. Okay, now before drawing the complete signal flow graph, we need the equations for the G2 part also. So okay, now we are writing D21 and D21 and D22 equations. So what is this D21 of n? Okay, so now you can see that G2 of n plus G2 of n plus n by 4. So now all D2 calculations are done with respect to G2 part. Okay, so therefore again substitute 2 here, n plus 2. So again put n equal to 0 and n equal to 1, generate two equations. These are the additions. They are called as G21 of 0, D21 of 1. Similarly, we have the difference equation also. Okay, difference multiplied by total factor. Okay, it is just the same pattern between the first half and the second half. Only thing is, now there was a G1 sequence, now we have the G2 sequence, that's all. So further, when you write for D22 of 0, difference multiplied by total factor. Similarly, D22 of 1, the difference between the two samples multiplied by W. So which are those samples? That will be given by this equation. Whatever n you put, corresponding values you are going to get here. Okay. So therefore now once the set of equations are ready, we will have to draw the signal flow graph. Now in the signal flow graph, okay, now in the previous part, what were the outputs? Output was the G1 and G2. Okay, the output was G1 and G2. See here, we started with all X as the inputs, and at the first stage we have G1 of 0, G1 of 1, G1 of 2. Okay, so these are the outputs, G1 and 4G2. Now these outputs from the first stage, they act as inputs for the second stage. So therefore, now while drawing the signal flow graph for the second stage, so again in the same format or the same order, G1 of 0, G1 of 1, 2, 3. Similarly, G2 of 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they act like inputs. Okay, now using them, we are generating at the outside all the D sequences. Okay, so that is D11 of 0, D11 of 1. This is one pair. Okay, what is this pair? This pair is because of the addition. Then D12 of 0, D12 of 1. This is because of the subtraction. And for performing these calculations, what we have the inputs are G1 samples. Similarly, we have 4 more, D21 of 0, D21 of 1, and this is because of the addition. D22 of 0, D22 of 1, this is because of the subtraction. And to generate these 4 samples, the inputs are G2 samples. Okay, so therefore here the same type of signal flow graph we have drawn even in a DIT algorithm also. So therefore here there is no need to reshuffle or rewrite any. Okay, so whatever has come from the first stage, in the same order it will continue. So only thing is here after the nodes, so that is after connecting the lines, you will have to show the branches. You will have to draw the branches for writing the total factors. It is because first subtraction, then multiplication. But in DIT algorithm, it is first multiplication with one complex number b, and then it was either addition or subtraction. Okay, but here, so first either addition or subtraction will be done. Okay, at these nodes the results are available. Later on, okay, if they are additions, they are simply multiplied by 1, but if they are subtractions, they are multiplied by corresponding total factors. That's why this branch will come after this particular interconnection between the nodes. Okay, so therefore referring to the G1 and the G2 equations, okay, the all equations are put. So again the first two lines 1 1, remaining two minus 1 minus 1. So because two additions, two subtractions, so just connect first one with the third one, second with the fourth, and write the corresponding. Now observe the order here. Order will not change. D11 of 0, D11 of 1. Similarly 1 to 0, 1 to 1. Okay. So in the branches here, so as these two are additions, plus 1 plus 1. But as the remaining two, that is 1 to 0, 1 to 1, they are subtractions. They are multiplied by w raised to 0 and w raised to 1. So as we have done with the first part, the same thing should be repeated here with respect to G2 also. So just list, already they are available. G2 of 0, 1, 2, 3 are there. Okay, so on the signal flow graph, you just first write the signs 1, 1, minus 1, minus 1. So after interconnections, then show the same total factors. Again for this also w raised to 0, w raised to 1 only. But now the samples, their suffix are all 2. 2 1 of 0, D 2 1 of 1, D 2 2 of 0, D 2 2 of. Okay. So now these are the outputs from the second stage. Second stage. So now still one more stage is there. Okay, so now in the last stage, okay, so in the last stage, by taking all these D sequences as inputs, okay, we are computing the 2-point DFTs. 2-point DFTs. Okay, so therefore the third stage, going to the third stage. Okay, see here. So in this third stage, so all the 2-point DFTs are computed. What are those DFTs? So we have already defined what D11 of K. What is actually this D11 of K? Okay, so it is the DFT of D11 of N. Okay, further, of course, it has two samples, that is for K equal to 0 and K equal to 1. Okay, so first we will write what is this D11 of N, that is DFT of D11 of N is represented as D11 of K. So what is the D11 of K equation? It is just same as our the very first DFT equation, that is only the input sequence is now you have to substitute D11 of N, okay, into W raised to Kn. But here you should observe the suffix is 2 here because it is only a 2-point DFT calculation. Okay, so therefore now once this equation is ready, okay, so we will write the corresponding DFT equations, that is expanded equations. So so first write the expansion. First we will write the expansion. So what is that? D11 of K is nothing but so D11 of either 0 W raised to 0 plus D11 of 1 W raised to K only, of course, W raised to K. Here also W raised to K. Suffix will be 2 everywhere. Suffix will be 2. Okay, so N equal to 0 and 1. So then now you can generate for K equal to 0, you are writing D11 of 0. Okay, and for K equal to 1, it will be D11 of 1. So now when you're writing for D11 of 0, okay, so it will be simply the addition between D11 of 0 plus D11 of 1, that's all. But when you are writing for K is equal to 1, okay, it is just substitute K equal to 1. Okay, so W raised to 1, but here okay, here this part W raised to 0, it will not change 1, but in the second term D11 of 1 will be multiplied by what? W raised to 1 it is. So when you simplify W raised to 1 with the suffix 2, it is going to give us minus 1. So because of that minus 1 here, when you substitute minus 1, it gives you the difference. Okay, so now one addition, one subtraction. Now you just recall the first stage. So in the first stage there were 4 additions, 4 subtractions. In the second stage, 2 additions, 2 subtractions. In the third stage, 1 addition, 1 subtraction. Okay, so therefore continuing with the same type, because we will have to repeat it for four times. That is, first one will be d11 of k, second will be, we will be writing for what, d12 of k, d12 of k. So again write its equation, summation of d12. So once it is 1 2, here the sequence will be 1 2 of n, that's all. So further Twiddle factor k equal to 0 1, everything is same, everything is same. Okay, so now you just go on substituting the k values, write two equations, one is plus, other one is minus. Similarly for d21 of k, and the last one for d22 of k. Now by doing this we finally have 8 equations. Finally we have the 8 equations, and they are used now to what, write the signal flow graphs. Okay, therefore from the second stage, so from the second stage we have already got this set, that is all d sequences we have. Okay, so now in the third stage what we have is their addition and the subtraction. Okay, now see here, whenever d11 of 0 is added with d11 of 1, I am going to get what is known as d11 of 0. Okay, just so what I have in the third stage is, so d11 of 0, d11 of 1. Consider only these two for the time being. Okay, so now, okay, so as per the previous third stage equations, okay, so here I have this, either I have addition or subtraction. Now when these two samples are added, okay, and multiplied by 1, I am going to get a DFT. As per the equation itself is saying, I am going to get a DFT d11 of 0. Similarly, when I am doing this part, okay, that is when those subtracted and multiplied by corresponding Twiddle factor, I am going to get d11 of 1, d11 of 1. This is for one I am writing for the two equations. Similarly I will have to complete for the remaining part. I have d12 of 0, d12 of 1. They are also 2 point. Okay, okay, so they are giving now either 1 minus 1 multiplied by 1 or w raised to 2. So now here the samples are, what are these, d12 of 0 and d12 of 1. So whatever 8 equations we have, we are just putting them in the form of graph, that's all. Similarly I have d21. Now 21 part will start, d21 of 0 and d21 of 1. Okay, again addition, 1 minus 1, same Twiddle factors, 1 w raised to 0 2. But now here the DFT that is generated will be d21 of 0 and d21 of 1. Okay, similarly last part, d22 of 0, d22 of 1. So here when we do 1 minus 1, 1 and w raised to 0 2. So here I am going to get d22 of 0 and d22 of 1. Okay, so now this graph is because of the last stage equation. Okay, so here just observe one thing. At the input, what I have, all the time domain sequences. Okay, but here what I am getting at the output port is all the 2-point DFTs. This is a 2-point DFT, this is a DFT sample, this is a DFT sample. Okay, so therefore now already I am arriving at the DFT calculation. Okay, but what is that, I am supposed to get x of k, isn't it? I have to get, because my input is, okay, so the inputs are x of n. So for this I have to generate what, x of k. But in the third stage I am getting what, the 2-point DFTs in the form of capital D's. Okay, so therefore now in this stage we will have to relate all the 2-point DFT samples, that is d11 of 0, capital D11 of 1 with x of k. Okay, so now I will have to see that this particular series. That is the series of all these D's. Okay, so how this is linked with what is my x of k, x of k. Okay, so therefore now we will use a some set of equations to get back the x of k. So therefore now we will have to go back. This is because see here. So whatever my D is there, all the D samples are there, D of k samples are there. They have actually come from where? Either G1 of k and G2 of k. Okay. Now from where these two have come? These two have come from x of k. Okay. So therefore obviously when I want to relate D of k with x of k, it has to pass through this stage and this has to be related with the x. Okay, so therefore again from the previous equations we have uh, the relation between what? All dij of k with x of k. So now we are deducing the relation between all the d samples with x of k. Okay, so what I have is d11 of k equation. I'll write first because there are two parts. So d11 of k is actually, it is g1 of 2k. Okay, similarly d12 of k, it is actually g1 of 2k plus 1. How it is? Because d1 is nothing but even samples, d12 is nothing but the odd samples of g1, that's why. So therefore now when I write d11 of 0, it means what? It is g1 of 0. When I write d11 of 1, okay, just substitute here, k is equal to 1, it is nothing but g1 of 2. Similarly, coming to this odd part, okay, so here d12 of 0, if I write, it means what? g1 of 1. Just put k here equal to 0 here, you are going to get 1. Similarly, for d12 of 1, it is g1 of 3. G1 of 3, just substitute here k is equal to 1, you are going to get the 3. So therefore now here you can see that somehow D's are related with the G and all D's are related with again G. That is 4 samples, 4 D samples are related with the 4 G samples. Okay. So next part is I will have to relate what? G I have to relate with the X of K. Okay. Now similarly I have a relation between what? G and X also. I have a relation with what? Gk with X of K. What is that relation? G1 of k is nothing but what it is? X of 2k. Okay. And what is this uh, G2 of k? So G2 of k is nothing but X of 2k plus 1. X of 2k plus 1. Even part and the odd part. Okay. So therefore now I will write G1 of 0. So G1 of 0, it is nothing but actually it is, what is this G1 of 0? So G1 of 0, it shows that it is equal to D11 of 0 here. So therefore here I will write D11 of 0. But this is again equal to X of 0. Okay. So similarly G1 of I have to write for what? K equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. So G1 of 1. Okay. So for G1 of 1 is nothing but X of 2. Okay, but G1 of 1 is what? G1 of 1 is here D12 of 0. D12 of 0. So therefore here I am write D12 of 0. Similarly, when I write G1 of 2, it is actually X of 4. But G1 of 2, here G1 of 2, it is also equal to D11 of 1. So therefore here I'll write D11 of 1. So last one, when I write G1 of 3, it is nothing but X of 6. But G1 of 3, G1 of 3 is also equal to D12 of 1. So therefore it is D12 of 1. So therefore now we have what? The link between D, G and X. D, G and X samples. Okay, so therefore it means that if you calculate D11 of 0, it means that you have calculated X of 0th sample. If you have calculated D12 of 0, it means that we have calculated X of 2 because they are equal. Okay, so similarly going to the what other part, going to the other part. Okay, so G2, I'm relating this G2 of 0, then G2 of 1, G2 of 2, then G2 of 3. So G2 of 0 is nothing but X of 1, but G2 of 0, okay, so you just you have to do with D2 series. So what I can try, X of 1 and so that will be equal to, okay, so that you have to check. Similarly G2 of 1, G2 of 1 will be equal to X of 3. What is that, we will relate it. Okay, so G2 of 2, G2 of 2 is nothing but X of 5 here, so it is equivalent to what in terms of D, that needs to be done. Similarly G2 of 3, this is nothing but X of 7. Okay, so how it is linked with the D part. Okay, so we will have to do it. So to know that what I need, okay, so I need a relation between what, D21 of K with the G2. Okay, so that part if you are able to write, then we can complete it. Okay, so I have uh, relation between what, Dij of K with what, G2 sequences. So G2 of K sequence and G2 of K plus 1 sequence. Okay, so using this particular relation, so you are going to get the equivalent values here. So if you just substitute in the same format, okay, so only thing is you will have to replace what, G1 with the G2 here,